In this video, we are going to discuss why you should avoid moving to the East Bay unless you can handle these 5 facts. Let's do it. What's up everybody? My name is Cooper Eisenmann. I am a full-time real estate agent in the San Ramon Valley and Tri-Valley areas of the East Bay area. And those cities consist of Livermore, Pleasanton, Dublin, San Ramon, Danville, and Alamo. And if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you and beg you to please hit that like button. I know I ask a lot, but it does help my videos to reach more people who are interested in learning about the Tri-Valley and San Ramon Valley areas, and I absolutely love it. I get calls, texts, and emails all the time from people who have found me on YouTube or the internet who need help either buying and or selling a home, and I absolutely love it. So if you need anything from me or have general questions about the area that I can help answer, please reach out. I'm going to put my information down here at the bottom. I always get back to you within 15 or 20 minutes, so it's super fast and super convenient. So as all of my long-term viewers know, I was raised in the East Bay, obviously still live here, and we absolutely love it. So although this is a list on why you should avoid moving here, just know that this is an amazing place to live and we have zero plans of moving in the immediate future. Of course, that could change at some point, but for now, we're here to stay. So let's start the list on why you should avoid living here unless you can handle these 5 facts or you just don't care. Now, number 1 on my list is traffic. Now, it is no secret that California and some of the bigger cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco have some of the worst traffic in the entire country, and the East Bay is no exception. As mentioned before, I grew up in the East Bay, and I remember a time when traffic was not as bad, and each year after year it gets worse and worse with the more development and housing that goes in, and the more people that move here because it is such a sought after place to live in the Bay Area. Now, for your knowledge, if you are considering a move here and you want to do some more of your own research, I would focus on the 680, 580, and 880 freeways, as those are some of the largest freeways that take you to most of the big tech companies and where most of the commuters are on a daily basis. Now, this may seem like a shock to some people who are moving from out of state, and not as much of a shock for people moving from, say, New York or Los Angeles, but that it can take you anywhere from an hour to 2 hours each way in prime time traffic hours. Now, one benefit to COVID is that some of the major tech companies have taken on a hybrid model or a fully work from home model as a result of the pandemic, which has cut down on a lot of my clients' needs to commute into work. So if they're on a hybrid model, it's looking like they're going into the office maybe 1, 2, or 3 days a week as opposed to 5, and or some people have even adopted a fully work from home model, reducing their commuting entirely. Now, number 2 on my list is gas prices, and my God, do we have some of the most expensive gas in the country. It's actually laughable sometimes because on social media or online, I will see people complaining about $3 plus gas wherever they live, and it's laughable because I am currently seeing $5 plus gas at any gas station I go to. And it just doesn't seem like there's any change in sight. I really hope that eventually we can get those gas prices down, but for now they're here to stay, and I know we've had some of the highest gas prices as long as I've been alive. Now, number 3 is going to be on the topic of politics. Now, one thing you should know about me is I don't talk politics much, but you should know, if you are coming from a red state, that California is either one of the bluest, if not the bluest states in the country. Now, I know that's no secret, so if you're coming from a red state, you definitely know that California is a blue state and you may be avoiding it for those reasons, or if you just don't care enough about what political side any given state is on, then California might be a great place for you. Now, some of the biggest differentiators that I have seen in my life as California is a blue state when compared to a red state is things like gun laws, car modification laws, and state income tax. But I highly suggest, if this whole political thing is really important to you, that you do your research, and I'm sure you will if that is very important to you. And you may even avoid California as a whole for just how blue this state is. Now, number 4 on my list is that there's just a ton of people here and it's packed. I heard a comedian the other day referencing Los Angeles, and in my opinion, Los Angeles is much more packed and much more crazy than the East Bay. But he said being in LA was like being in a constant airport layover, which made me laugh and made sense because everyone seems to be on their own mission, in their own lane, and it kind of removes the personal aspect from being with your neighbor and being in a community, which I know a lot of other cities in California and a lot of other states have that the East Bay doesn't quite have. So if you're looking for an ultimate small town feel where you see most of the same familiar faces on a daily basis and you can have that personal aspect, the East Bay, Bay Area, or California as a whole might not be the place for you. But I can say that growing up in the Bay Area and living in such a populated area, I really do love that personal aspect and that small town feel, and there are a few places in the East Bay that do provide that. If you go to downtown Livermore, downtown Pleasanton, or downtown Danville, you can get some of that small town feel and that personal aspect where you see some familiar faces. So if you're coming from out of state or a lower population city, then be prepared for a massive population increase if you're planning a move to the East Bay. Now, number 5 and last on my list is the state income tax, and probably what's most important to a lot of people and why they would avoid moving to California as a whole. And I'm going to put a graphic up on the screen here so you can see the breakdown of the state income tax for California. Now, for your knowledge, and in case you didn't know, California income tax is on a sliding scale. So it's not as black and white as when you enter into a new tax bracket, the full amount gets taxed at the new rate, which means you only get taxed at the current rate for anything that's over that money threshold. For example, for married people filing jointly who make between $92,789 to $117,268, they get taxed at 8%. But with the way that California state income tax works, you only get taxed at the 8% between the $92,000 and $117,000. So there's my 5 reasons on why you should avoid moving to the East Bay unless you can handle them. I don't need to explain to you or tell you why I love it here so much. You can just look at literally any of my other YouTube videos. But if you are considering a move here and you don't have an agent, I would love to help you. You can reach me anytime. My information is down here at the bottom. I always get back to you within 15 or 20 minutes. So it's super fast and super convenient. And once again, thank you so much for watching.